We call to order the a special meeting of the Board of Education, August 16th,
I was just turning on my computer. I needed to get my...
2017. Behave yourself.
I'll try.
Please rise for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, the Almighty.
I would like to read a memorial resolution, and then I have a couple of other things. Unanimously adopted by the Monroe Woodbury Board of Education at its regular meeting on Wednesday, August 16th, 2017. Whereas Mr. Mark Toroff was employed by the Monroe Woodbury Central School District as a high school science teacher. His employment with the district began March 2002, and whereas through his dedication to the district, Mark has touched the lives of many individuals in our district. It is hereby resolved that the Board of Education, on behalf of the entire district, extends in memoriam its appreciation and gratitude as well as its sincere condolence to the Toroff family. It is hereby resolved and approved that the flag at the high school was flown at half-staff on August 8, 2017 in memory of Mark Toroff. As the above resolution is adopted by the board, it will become part of the official historical records of the district and will serve as a memorial lasting for all time. Do we have a vote on these things? Or it's just...
No.
No?
No, there's no vote.
No.
Oh, we would all vote
It's
yes.
done.
Okay. We
That goes to HR.
Yes.
Somebody who was also associated with this district passed away, Marion Gray, and I want to read something from the obit. Through the GI Bill, Marion attended Westminster Choir College in Princeton, New Jersey, where she received her BA in music. In 1959, she was hired as a music teacher for Woodbury Junior and Senior High Schools, and her teaching career continued until retirement in 1979. During her first year as a teacher, she gave an organ recital at Carnegie Hall. She was presented the first Monroe Woodbury Teacher of the Year Award in 1974. Her collaboration with other teachers and subjects brought many new and exciting experiences for her students. Marion is remembered for many school musical productions, her favorites being Annie Get Your Gun, in which she acted in the role of Annie while directing an all-teacher cast, and the student production of Oklahoma, in which she included a horse and wagon, 3 goats, and a vocalizing rooster to the cast. Isn't that great? I love obits. I mean, they tell a wonderful story if they're well written and not just a resume about what people did and how they contributed. Herman Gelbard turned 90 on August 13th. He has a rich history of serving the community as a member of the Ambulance Corps, Historical Society, Boy Scouts, and something dear to our hearts, a school board member. He was president of the board during the construction of the old high school, now the middle school, and the expansion of Pine Tree. So, happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Herman
90.
Gelbard. 90,
Wow.
90 years old. I also like to look at every day at the obits, as the old saw goes, to make sure I'm not reading myself in the obits. Then I know I can go on with the day.
That's a good day.
It's a good day when
It's a
you
good
don't
day
read
when you
your
don't
own
read it by
obit.
yourself. Yeah. I will.
Do I have a motion to approve the revised agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Motion to approve the revised Board of Education meetings dates. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's been carried. Personnel, Matt.
Good evening. Summertime is a busy time in human resources, and we have retirements and appointments, and I'm asking for our clubs to be, the moderators of our clubs to be approved tonight as well. One thing that we strive for, though, in our district is to hire the best of the best. And as a result, we've gone through extensive interviews for a number of different positions. But I would like to introduce one person tonight, and that's Mr. Roger Davis, who I'm recommending for the assistant principal position at North Main Elementary. So, Roger Davis.
Stand up.
So while you're standing, Roger, if you could just give us a brief overview of who you are and why Monroe Woodbury.
Monroe Woodbury because it's the best.
Good answer.
My work is done.
Your work was done a long time ago, Coach.
I was 15 years teaching in the classroom.
His mom is here.
Spread my wings and do so much more.
All right.
Thank you.
Looking forward to serving the students and families of North Main Elementary School.
Thank you so much. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to
Welcome.
a long time with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all I have. I'm sorry.
Can he introduce his mom and his wife?
Sure, absolutely you could.
I think
brought his whole family.
You know, we should introduce.
They were in the hallway when I
I
started,
know.
so, you know.
Could you,
Baby.
This is my wife Ashley.
Hi. Hello.
Child. 2-year-old Echo.
okay.
This is my godmother, Christine.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
And that's all I have from HR.
All right. Do we have a motion to accept all the items from HR?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions for Matt? There being none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We have the following school board members have been nominated by school, 5-member school boards to be candidates for 2-year term board of directors of NYSBA. Each member school board acting at a regular or special meeting is entitled to cast one vote for the candidate from its respective area. Karen Osterhout from Ulster BOCES and John Redmond from the board in Florida. We nominated John in July. Do I have a motion
Motion
for who?
for the,
Redmond?
yes.
Is there a
Anyone
second?
else? Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion about this? There being none, all those in favor of nominating or electing John Redmond?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We have elected John Redmond. At least our district has. We have an update on the KJ, on the proposed town, on the boundary alteration by Elsie Rodriguez.
Thank you. So the last time we met, we have been, for the past several years, we've been looking at 2 scenarios. The first scenario was 164 acres, and the other was considering 507 acres. In recent weeks, we learned that there was a third scenario, and the third scenario is 164 acres, which already is annexed into the village of Curious Jewel, and an additional 56 acres to create what's called a new town of Palm Tree. And so over the course of the last week, I've been providing the community with 2 letters. The first letter that I sent out was in, I think, August 10th, and I shared with the community that we've been doing extensive work and analyzing the data, and I wanted to let everyone know that the initial revenue loss for the school district would be $880,000. And I think that created a bit of a stir. But the purpose of that was that I needed to present information to the community, and I feel that it's the responsibility of the school district to share information before any newspaper shares information. Because if you want to get accurate information regarding KJ and the school district stance, it comes directly from the school district. It does not come from a newspaper. So I did send out that letter. As a result of that, I sent out a subsequent letter, and it was more of a Q&A because I then received several questions that I felt were important to answer. And there were questions such as, we understand that there's a revenue loss, but are there any other things, factors that are involved if, in fact, you moved your boundary lines? And so I talked about the responsibility of a school district and what we're responsible to provide students, even if they go to parochial schools. And so I enumerated that in a letter, and I talked a little bit, I gave a link to the map because people questioned, well, I live in this area, is this the area that they're going to change? So there were some concerns, and then ultimately the other question is, well, how much is that going to cost me? And so that's something that we're going to be completing, and we should have that information by next week to present. We will present it to the community. And so that's something that we wanted to share with you. And then last night there was a hearing, because they're required to have a hearing. Last night was the first hearing. There's another hearing in KJ, and I spoke. And I just talked a little bit about what I just shared with you, which is we've been looking at 2 scenarios. Now there's a third scenario, so of course we believe that it's our responsibility to do our due diligence. And that we, meaning the board and the cabinet and the school district, is always going to look out in the best interest of our students and our families and our taxpayers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do I have a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss legal matters? Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We will adjourn the August 16th special meeting of the Board of Education. I rap the gavel.
Thank you.